Akshay Kumar's Selfiee has flopped badly. Some reports claim that this remake of a Malayalam film was made at a jumbo budget of 150 crores, but we could not verify that. However, the Zulmi box office report of it is true. It only made about 2.5 crores on day 1 and only 10 crores in its first 3 days. But more than that, it gave a huge shocker to Khiladi Kumar, who has given Dedanathan flops after Ram Setu, Raksha Bandhan, Samrat Prithviraj and Bachchan Pandey. Now, I have seen all of these films and reviewed them. Bachchan Pandey was the worst amongst all of them. And here's what I rated it in my Times of India review. If you go to Bachchan Pandey's Wikipedia page, you will clearly see this line. Ronak Kotecha of the Times of India gave the film 2.5 stars out of 5 stars and called it a chaotic mess of quirky and cliched characters. Well, if you ask me, this insan really needs to stop doing comedy because the man is not funny, period.
पूछा किसी ने नहीं पूछा.
And yes, period dramas too, because he is not convincing in them. But here are a few other things that he can do if he still wants to change his work and continue being the leading man at 55 in Bollywood. First thing, he should make this elan that he will stop making remakes of the South films, at least for a while. It was a welcome change when he started doing it first and saw some success with films like Rowdy Rathod and Holiday, which in my personal opinion were really bad films, but it was once upon a time in Bollywood. These films were remakes of Aflatun South films like Rajamouli's Vikramarkudu and Murugados's Thuppaki, so they worked. However, now the audience have turned Ajnabi to this and his remakes are no longer running houseful. Heck, even the Houseful series are no longer houseful. And Akshay should have stopped doing this remake ki Hera Fairy after the कीमत that he paid for the dud like Bachchan Pandey. That was also a sorry remake of a cult Tamil film Jigar Thanda. But Akshay continued to think that he is a tease marker of remakes and his talash for the next film to copy paste went on with full passion. So he did an action replay and gave us Selfiee. Also a remake of a Malayalam film called Driving License. Now Selfiee, as we all know, flopped badly from Chandni Chowk to China, showing him that perhaps this thing is no longer the king and the audience is in talash of something new. Like maybe do a South film instead of remaking them. Like how Ajay Devgan did a small but strong role in RRR. Our Mr. Bond can do that. He had acted with Vishnu Vardhan in the Kannada film Vishnu Vijaya during the initial stages of his career, some of you might remember. Similarly, in 2018, he did 2.0 with Rajnikant, which ruled the box office like a boss, grossing about 800 crores globally. In fact, apart from the 4 theatrical releases last year, Akshay saw box office blues even on OTT. His thriller Kathputli, which premiered on Disney Plus Hotstar, also got a largely khatta-meeta response. You can read my review of Kathputli in the Times of India. So this means we had no holiday from Akshay, as we had to do his Deedar on our screens bar lagatar every 2 months. He was always nazar ke samne. It kind of resulted in audience fatigue, and his sangharsh to get a hit continued with Samrat Prithviraj, which also got only etras from the audience and no pyar. So now, instead of doing so much bhagam bhag, this international khiladi should break away and focus on giving the janta some solid entertainment if he really wants to strike gold at the box office. Oh my god, be less Ashant in doing so many films firstly and put more quality than quantity in your tarazu, Akshay. And maybe Akshay can open his aankhein and see what Hollywood heroes of his age are doing. Instead of doing movies Dedanathan, they do very select films and there too they play the roles that suit their age. Of course, they are also shockeens of money, but they come up with original scripts. Like look at this movie Plane, starring Jared Butler. What a film. I did a small reel of a review reel on Instagram, you can check it out. I saw it a few days back. Well, Lakshmi will follow anyway if you do good films. So paisa hi paisa hoga, literally.
पैसा ही पैसा होगा.
You know what? There was a time when I actually really liked Akshay Kumar. This was back in the 90s. He was the best action hero that we had and his films were full of mass entertainment. Surely we were also a little less wise, but I strongly felt that he was our desi Tom Cruise. But look at Tom. He's still the dhadkan of every girl and many guys too. Just looking at the way he does right now, even at this age, and doing films like Top Gun Maverick, critically and commercially successful and so relevant. So well, do you agree with these suggestions for Khiladi Kumar from me?
नहीं.
And do you think that he is doing insaf with his audience by doing so many movies and none of them are working? Don't you think it's time for him to change his andaz instead of getting lost in this crazy bulbulay of flops? Well, what do you think this Sabse Bada Khiladi should do to hear some good news at the box office? Let us know in the comments. And by the way, I'm really interested to know if you can tell me your favorite Akshay Kumar film from all the names that were part of this script aaj. Of course, you can let me know directly on Instagram and on Facebook as well, apart from the comments that you will leave over here. It's at Ronak Kotecha on Twitter as well. I'm available there. It's at ReviewRon on Instagram and on Facebook. And as always, like this video if you really liked it. There's a lot of mehnat that goes into making these videos. So please, if you like it, just click on that like button. Share it with others if you think that others should also see. And of course, comment whatever is in your dil, whatever is in your mind. Let us know in the comments. But as always, even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching this one. Please take care of yourself and those around you. Jai Hind.